I was in the boat world years ago with my mother and Sal. Sal was just Mr. fucking boat.
How big was the boat?
His is a 38-foot Sea Ray.
Okay.
I mean, it was really fucking nice, really nice. And he would drink.
You could park that shit anywhere.
He would fucking drink on the way from, like, I guess they were in where is it? Oakdale, Long Island, out to Watch Hill on Fire Island. And he'd be drinking fucking, we'd all, be slamming down drinks and stuff. He'd be making mudslides and blenders down in the kitchen, and this thing had like a galley and everything. And he'd be hammered and back this fucking thing into slips
yes.
that like were, there's no way.
These guys are amazing, they can do that.
Dual screws, so he's running like the transmission to get the props going in opposite directions to turn the boat, so he could swing the thing around and then back it into the slip.
Really, the first boat I had was a little orange, like with a white steering wheel. Like it just looked like a little race car, and it was just two-seat boat, like really tiny little fiberglass boat that I saw on someone's yard for sale for $800. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just buy it. And I just knocked on the guy's door, and he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, I'll pay it. And I gave him the $800. It's just sitting there on a trailer. And then I'm like, well, now what do I do? Like from scratch.
Yeah.
And I had an old Ford Ranger pickup, and I went to the fucking Napa and bought the ball
trailer hitch.
The trailer hitch. And I got the wrong size and went back. And then I put the fucking...
Already wrong.
Yeah, and then the guy watched from his window laughing as I tried to put a trailer hitch on a fucking truck. It took me like an hour sweating. And then I took it down to the Hudson where they had to, you back your boat down.
Oh, the Ram.
Yeah, and I have no idea how to do it or what to do.
How'd you do?
So there's an old man, literally an old seaworthy looking man with a white beard watching me do this. And I just decided I'm not just going to try. So I just...
Oof.
It takes me hours to line it up because when you're backing something with a trailer, it jackknifes on you,
it's
and
backwards.
All of your instincts are wrong.
Let me tell you, I had a jet ski and I had the same problem until somebody told me, put your hand on the bottom of the steering wheel, and wherever you want the back end of the trailer to go, your hand. Let your hand go that way. So instead of trying to think right, left, I want the trailer to go this way, I move my hand that way.
That's really
and if it's on the bottom of the steering wheel, and then it got to the point where I could do it with my eyes closed after a while.
Well, I backed it down, and
first time, oof.
The boat is strapped hard to a trailer, and the plug is out in the back of it. That's how you keep a boat.
Right, yeah.
You keep it strapped down to the trailer with the plug in the back. Now, what I know now is the way you launch a boat, and then it's tethered in the front by a winch.
Oh, yeah.
So the way you do it is you let go of the strap, you take the straps off, so it's just loose, only held on by the winch, and you put a plug in the back of the boat, so that when the trailer goes into the water, the wheels of the trailer go down in the water, and the boat floats on top of the water. Well, what I was doing was it's held to the trailer, so the trailer's dragging the boat, and it immediately fills with water. It completely fills with water, and it's also, because it's now weighs billions of tons, threatening to drag my fucking truck into the water, and I am peeling out.
Panicking?
What's Popeye doing watching you? Is he laughing at you?
My mind. Oh, yeah,
a bit of a panic set.
He's just watching, and I have the car floored, the truck floored, and the wheels going.
You're just trying to hold ground.
Just trying not to, because it's just a shitty rear-wheel drive, and the rear wheels are now in water.
Oh,
and
man.
I just got water shooting everywhere and smoke, and now the tailpipe is starting to go in. Like, I'm going in the fucking water. And somehow I found some traction somewhere in there, and the whole truck like lurched forward in this screaming wheels. And the boat came out gung, with water splashing. It was the craziest spectacle. And I stopped and I look up at the guy, and he goes, try again. He goes, what'd you learn?
What'd you learn? That's great.
And so I got out of the truck, and I'm like, okay, there's a plug in the back. That was dumb to keep it strapped. I said all this out loud, and he's going, Yeah. And he goes, he said, you know what? The guy said to me, you're going to be having the time of your life in about half an hour. And I waited for the boat to empty out, put the plug in, and if he was right, in half an hour I was on the fucking river
Owning a boat
Just
is
going
great.
ahead and, with
Owning
beer.
a boat
with beer.
Yeah, I'll never do it again.
Boy, how do you get it back onto the trail? Like, what if
Then
there's
you
people
have to,
there?
You have to. No, you have. Yeah, if there's people there
Oh,
waiting, like expert boaters,
They'll start yelling at
they
you.
hate you.
They're not going to be
They
happy
will
with you.
And I
fucking yell at
can't.
you.
The thing I can't do that those guys do is just fucking drive my boat back onto the thing and then, run up to the to the top of it and winch it.
You back the trailer into the water.
Yeah.
And then
Where's your boat while you do that?
Your
You
boat is
tie your boat
kind of
off.
tied up, on the
a
side by the dock. You back in, you quickly, because you're running now because you don't
Yeah.
want to be the guy.
Yeah.
You get in your boat, you fucking give it a little juice, and up onto the trailer that's kind of
That's what
halfway
you're supposed
submerged.
To do.
Yeah.
I don't have the skills, so I would use the ropes of
You
the
got to
boat.
cut back. Oh,
and
would you
pull it onto the trailer? Sometimes, like
We're
this.
using block and tackle.
Yes, exactly. And I'm trying to, and my feet are now in water, getting cut on the bottom of the fucking river.
Yeah, really
There's bottle
smooth
beer
by the
bottles
ramps. Yeah,
and beer
where people
bottles.
throw their beer cans and
Yes.
bottles.
And I've gotten my fingers are bleeding, and I'm grunting, and there's a guy standing on his boat with his hands on his hips, just fucking hating me.
All right, come on. I used to wait for can't back it up guy. They were the worst because you knew it wasn't going to get any faster once it got into the water.
No.
And it's like, you could see him trying to figure out if the back of my truck is going left, the trailer's going right. All right, I gotta do this, and then it's going off the side of the ramp, so he's got to vroom go forward again, and you're just going,
No.
come on, come on, and you're just looking at your watch. Time is wasting. The sun's going down. You fucking want to get out there.
God damn it!
And once that guy told me with the hand on the bottom of the wheel, and then I would hang out the window of my truck and just look backwards, not even use the mirror because you couldn't really see.
No, the mirror doesn't help
that.
you.
Yeah, and just look out the back and steer it right in
really
there.
smart,
and then getting in was the same thing. I'd back it up, take the jet ski, and just right up onto the trailer. You clip the front winch thing on there,
Right,
and
right
don't
down.
even winch it all the way up.
No.
Now drive that fucker off the ramp.
Yeah, and then you do your
take
work out
care of your
there.
shit in the parking lot.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Because there are guys strapping their shit down on the ramp.
Yeah, they're putting the beers back in the coolers
You could
and the-
fucking do that in a parking space, you prick.
There's a guy, Coal Shoveler from Richmond. He writes, tell Louis that there are old retired guys that sit down by the boat ramps just to watch people like him and laugh at him.
Yes,
It's a hobby for these
They're
guys.
sharing
really
beers,
interesting-
laughing.
Oh, yeah.
The boat world is interesting because it's two kinds of people. There are these sort of anarchist, fuck the world people that you can tell they live on their boat and they hate you just for floating by, and for not being them. And they don't pay taxes. They live on a, you know what I mean? They're just off the grid boat people.
Yeah.
And then there's these people that are holding on to this idea that they're Mr. and Mrs. Howell. These fucking people. Because in Hudson, this town I'm describing is a dump. It's all unemployed. There's no business up there. They have a boat club right on the river, and they're taking up the whole fucking river with their docks.
Why don't you come down to the boat club when you're
so
done?
I thought maybe I'll rent a dock from them so I don't have to launch every time. So they have all these empty space. There's just no boats there. So I go in this shitty looking boat club. It's just a fucking dump. It's like a small airport, you know?
Yeah.
Like Syracuse Airport or something. And I go in there and there's these people in white sweaters and white shorts. And I go, you rent the docks?
yachting.
You have to become a member, and you have to you can't become a member if you don't if you don't
Here's some production for you.
you
Sam
need a
and Philly.
reference to become a member.
A reference?
Tell us a little about yourself. And I'm like, I make more than all you motherfuckers.
Yeah, well.
You this guy owns a fucking local car dealership, maybe.
Yeah.
And this cunt owns a Cumberland Farms.
That's where they go to feel important and rich.
Yeah, exactly.
in
I'm
Hudson.
like, I'm famous, you motherfuckers.
My word, show people, not in our club. My goodness.
How much is it to rent a little space to park your boat?
A slip.
It's by the foot. And up there, they wouldn't let me. They just wouldn't let me because I'm not a
You
member of
can't.
their community.
We
But in New
know
York-
you're part Mexican.
Exactly. I don't remember what it costs. I don't remember. In New Jersey, it's vastly cheaper than New York City. You're like
New York
every
City's gotta
hour
be
you're
crazy.
sweating the hours. It's by the hour and it's by the foot and it's tons.
Oh,
of money.
in New York, you can't just rent and keep your boat there all the time?
Well, if you're rich, yeah. And there's like some like the 79th Street boat basin.
Yeah, there's a few marinas down around
that has
Manhattan. Yeah.
like that's a public something, but that's about waiting lists and stuff like that.
How much do you think they are? I mean, is it like $50 a day? I mean, I have no
I
concept.
don't even remember. I never rented in New
Yeah,
York.
it's probably so much more expensive than having a monthly parking thing in a garage. That's for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of people pull them out during the winter and dry dock.
Yeah.
That's the cheaper
What's
that
dry
one.
dock mean?
You go, you play
not
in
in the water.
Yeah, it's not
Oh,
in the
no,
water.
I mean, but like, where do you dry dock it?
It's usually a
warehouses.
boatyard, a boatyard or an indoor warehouse. But then they actually take them on these big lifts and stack them on shelves in these warehouses or outside. They wrap them in plastic and shrink wrap, and then
that's what those
they
things
stack
are?
them. Yeah,
I always thought they were new boats for sale. I've seen those before.
It's a new boat for sale.
I'll have that one.
And they stack them up, and it's cheaper, and it doesn't get as damaged. You don't have to worry about hurricanes and shit.
Dry docking. It's a lot. Could be a lot worse.
Yes, dry docking. There's another one.
Yeah,
another definition.
Two unclipped men in heat.
One with prostate problems.
Dry dock.
All right, so they'll wrap your boat in plastic. Do they come and get it off the marina for you, or you got to bring it to them?
I think they come and get it. Right?
I don't know.
I think you need a truck to You ever see those giant trucks with giant ships on the expressway?
Yes.
And you're driving, just going, "What the fuck is? What is that? That has no business being on the road."
How big is like a good size yacht? Like a good size fucking rich guy yacht?
Well, geez, they get so huge.
You start getting over 50 feet, and you're talking like. You better know how to fucking drive this thing and with everything.
No.
You got to know how to back it in.
have someone else driving at
by
that
the way,
point.
you know how I got back to New York, back to Hudson, because it was pitch black and some of that. I took the GPS out of my car.
Oh shit!
With a suction cup. That's what kind of I had back then. And I stuck it. I swear to God, it's the smartest thing I ever did.
No
shit. And I stuck it on the boat, and it fucking took me. It knew the contour of the river.
Yeah.
The GPS is like, dude, you're not on a road. I
Didn't
can't
have
get
you
you
take
anywhere.
the fucking
but
FDR.
this is where you are. For your information, I don't know why you're here, but you're here. And there was a few times that it saved me because I couldn't fucking see, and I wasn't sure what part.
But it doesn't tell you where the rocks are.
Well, and also you can't. You know, you
That's
have to
true.
stay within a boating. You have to
Like
stay
him and Henry
well,
Fonda
there's a boating
fishing.
channel.
There's lanes.
There's
Yeah,
a boating
yeah.
channel, and you have to stay within it. But sometimes you lose the buoys, and you don't. You knew, and I did have a chart. Like I can read a chart, and I know where a boating channel is. But I couldn't see. I didn't know how far I was from either shore. It's. I'm in the middle of fucking.
It's that dark out there.
There's a bay. There's a bay right after the Tappan Zee. If you're going north, something bay that's just enormous, and you really can't see the left or the right. So you feel like you're in the ocean, and it gets really scary.
You can
And
get turned
the
around
GPS
and-
fucking told me right where I was, and and there was times where I was
That's
headed towards
hysterical.
fucking land that I couldn't see because it
Your
was just
car GPS.
my car GPS got me back to Hudson.
It probably says specifically not to be used for maritime or aviation use.
Well, you can load them. You can load them with those GPSs with maritime maps. You can.
Yeah?
Yeah, but
You
I didn't
can.
have that. I used the car get you home in your car map.